Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Garage Talk with Steve. That happens to be me. First, let's talk about the most recent Decide Your Ride tournament, the Classics, it was referred to as. There wasn't a whole lot of action in that. You don't really see a lot of action on the drag strip. Usually, the action really comes on the oval course or the mountainside road course. But there was some competitive matchups in the drag strip. The way I liked how this one panned out is the way I ranked them. So normally when I have a bracket tournament, I should say normally, probably about at least half the time, I just randomly assign them to the brackets. There's no rhyme or reason on who gets picked to go where. On some of the tournaments like this one where I do time trials and I can line them up in a bracket similar to the way they do it with March Madness. In other words, you have the number for the first round, you have number 1 going up against number 16. And then number 2 goes up against number 15 and so on. And that's what I did for this, although there are some arguments about the way that I chose to rank them. So what I did was all of the cars who completed 2 laps in time trials on the mountainside, they were ranked first. And then after them, cars who only completed 1 lap in time trials on the mountainside, they got ranked next. So there were some cars in that second group that had good times, and probably deserved to be ranked higher. But nonetheless, when you have those kinds of pairings, either the way I did it, or if I had just done times, regardless of how many laps they completed, it probably would have worked out the same. Where as you get down to the end, the times are going to get closer and closer. Generally, that's going to happen anyways, but this way it's almost guaranteed. Whereas if I just put them randomly out there, I might have the 5 best time cars in one little group, and only one of them moves on and they face off in the final against a car that, is a second behind them or so. Anyways, I thought that turned out well. I have some ideas for the upcoming Decide Your Ride, which will happen on the 22nd. So March 22nd, I will be announcing the next Decide Your Ride. And in next week's Garage Talk, I'll have solidified what that topic is going to be or what the category is for that tournament. Stunt Lab also happened a little over a week ago. It was the Evel Knievel one. So the cars that I chose were jumping over 10 18 wheelers. And it was, as far as scale goes, it was pretty accurate. It was down to scale, and the cars barely, some of the cars hit the last truck, some of the cars passed the last truck. So it seemed like it was realistic, at least as far as the scaled down aspect of it. I'd love to hear in the comments what you guys would like to see for other stunt videos. I have a couple coming up or a couple in mind, and that'll come up for the next. And again, I don't know when the next one is. I should have my calendar in front of me, but actually, let me see here. Here we go. So not until April 2nd. This coming week, though, I do have behind the scenes. My first behind the scenes video will be released. Again, in the comments, let me know what you'd like me to focus on in the future. Otherwise, I'll just pick random stuff. But if there's something you guys want to see, just drop a comment, let me know, and I'll see if I can do something about that. The other thing for next... No, I'm sorry. Behind the scenes is this week. Oh, that's going up tomorrow. Yeah, that's going to go up tomorrow. So again, comments, just either put them in this video or if you watch the behind the scenes and it triggers something for you that you're like, oh man, I'd love to see this. Just put it in the comments. I'll take a look at it. But next week will be the mini race or tournament. So the mini races and tournaments they're never going to be 16 cars. At the most, they would be 8. The one I'm doing for next week, there's only 4, and they won't be on any of my three major tracks. It'll be a one-off kind of built it for a day and then tore it down type of a track. So that's coming up next week, the 19th. Oh, look at that. I do have a note here. I guess I could share this now. I mean, it is not a big deal. The next topic for Decide Your Ride, I'm going with off-road vehicles. I know there's a lot of off-road vehicles that their tire base, the width of their tires, or well, from tire end to tire end, the width is too fat for the yellow tracks. The orange tracks. It's too fat for the orange tracks. So they won't be able to compete. But I think I have enough other off-road vehicles that I can make a field of 16. So that's going to happen, like I said, on the 22nd. And if there's anything you guys are looking for, you want to see in my, like I said, my stunt videos, behind the scenes, mini races, or even topics for Decide Your Ride tournaments, just drop them in the comments. I'll take a look at them. I guess with that said, I don't really have much more to report this week. So take care of yourselves, and I'll be back soon. Bye.